have $9 million worth of assets, near enough, that have been restrained today. That includes a cash sum of approximately $250,000, in excess of $700,000 through bank accounts, a number of vehicles, and also residential properties across Auckland worth in excess of $7 million.
So what kind of vehicles are we talking about here?
Yeah, so there's a Bentley vehicle, 2 Mercedes and a Porsche. So
top end?
Executive vehicles, yes.
Yeah, okay. So where does the money come from to purchase these assets?
Our investigation has focused on money laundering, basically. So this is money that we've been targeting a group that have been moving money for organised criminal groups, and they are professional third-party people who are assisting these groups to make their money look legitimate.
Does the money come from drugs originally?
So the money in this operation has come from a number of crime types, which does include drugs, but there are a number of crime types that have been involved in this investigation.
Can you give us a bit more of an idea of what kind of crimes?
Unfortunately not. This matter is before the courts. As I say, there's a number of crime types. We're not just focusing on drug offending. And actually our investigation focus has actually just been on the money and the movement of money and these third-party offenders. So
when you mentioned drugs there, is that drugs coming from offshore or manufactured here in New Zealand?
It's just, again, the investigation is ongoing. I don't want to go into too much detail around the drug offending. That investigation continues. Like I say, our focus really has been on these third-party money launderers and making sure that we can target those and that the people who are moving money for these criminal groups know that they're in our focus, basically.
So when you say third-party money launderers, these are people who have set themselves up specifically for this task, to clean criminal money?
That's correct, yeah. So these people have set themselves in a position where they are taking money from a number of different sources, hence the reason why I say the money comes from a number of backgrounds. So that's been our sole focus, is looking at the money side of things.
So what can you tell us about the people you have arrested? Are they professionals? Are some of them in accountancy or law or any of those types of professions?
Yeah, unfortunately I can't go into what their professions are at this stage. As I say, the matters are before the courts. What I can tell you is, as I say, these people have set themselves up in a position to be able to assist organised criminal groups. So our focus has been on targeting those for, I suppose,
but I
the trust and confidence of the public.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, Detective, but I imagine you'd need a particular skill set to basically clean up the kinds of money, the volumes of money that you're talking about here. Would that be a fair assumption?
No, not really. As I say, our focus has been on these offenders and the money. It doesn't mean to say you have to have a particular skill set to move money around. You just need to be able to deal with funds for people.
So can you give us a bit of a 101? How has the money allegedly been laundered here?
Yeah, unfortunately I can't go into the details of how money has been moved around, and as you can appreciate, the matters are still before the court at the moment.
What kind of relationship do you have with, luxury car providers? Obviously, there's a bunch of cars listed here which are worth top dollar. Do they get in contact with you when they see any suspicious activity?
Yeah, unfortunately, again, I can't really go into that. That's part of our investigation phase. So that's not something I'm able to go into, unfortunately.
Are you looking further than the people that you have arrested today? Will more arrests follow?
Well, what I can tell you is that our investigation is ongoing. We're at an early phase in it, and we will continue to look into how money and funds have been moved around, and should other people be identified, we will be targeting those people as well.
How much dirty money and assets do you think are out there? Is this a common problem in New Zealand?
Money laundering is a worldwide problem. for law enforcement, and is something that is being targeted across the world, not just in New Zealand. So we are doing exactly the same as any other law enforcement agencies throughout the world.
Have you worked with any other countries in this operation?
In terms of other countries, unfortunately, again, I can't really go into that. It's part of our investigation phase, so I don't want to go into that just now.
Can you put it in perspective for us? You've seized about $9 million worth of assets. Where does that fit in the scheme of things in terms of the scale of this operation?
So look, for us New Zealand Police, this is a significant day for us in terms of arresting offenders. But in terms of how it fits in the scale of things, there are a number of other operations that are ongoing, police-wide and nationwide. This is just one of those investigations. And I suppose one of the things in terms of us targeting, A, this crime type, and B, making sure that the public have trust and confidence in what we are doing.
Are all those arrested New Zealand nationals?
All the people that have been arrested today have been in New Zealand for a number of years, is what I can tell you. And they have different statuses. So some of them are New Zealand residents and some of them are New Zealand citizens.